All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be doing a comparison review, this time of two beers from Hop Butcher for the World, and they're out of Chicago, Illinois, and I have their Chillin' Out Maxin and Relaxin all cool. So both of these beers are IPAs that come in at 6.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. Both these cans are just under 1 month old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to Hop Butcher for hooking me up with these beers. I'll post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies they sent my way. And let me just say, when Hop Butcher sends me beers, I'm always excited. Why? Because they make good beers. And they usually have enough variety to really keep me super excited. Like they'll usually send like some kind of lager, they'll send some IPAs, some milkshake IPAs, big crazy pastry stouts, and all kinds of awesome stuff. This time though, these two beers excite me, not for the liquid inside, although I am curious and quite excited too, but because of the theme of these beers. Chillin' Out Maxin, Relaxin, all cool, and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Lyrics from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. Iconic. The show is iconic. I was born in 1980, so I grew up an 80s, 90s kid, and I believe the show started in 1990, so I watched it throughout my teenage years, and I love the show. And the fact that they went with this theme makes me all giddy inside. I love how they have the bright pink and the blue, you know, colors that represent the late 80s and early 90s, and obviously used on the show. Very bright and vibrant. And then, you know, the font and the name of the beers, you know, it's awesome to me. So regardless of whether these beers are fantastic or not, they're probably going to go behind me on the pretentious wall of bottles and cans because just fantastic. And it kind of hits me in the feels and kind of rekindle the love of my childhood. But anyway, so both of these are IPAs, like I said, 6.5%. Chillin' Out Maxin is brewed with Vic Secret, Motueka and Simcoe hops. And Relaxin' All Cool is brewed with Galaxy, Motueka, and Hallertau Blanc. So the only two hops these beers have in common are the Motueka. That's it. Galaxy and Hallertau Blanc. And over here we have Vic Secret and Simcoe. So I'm not going to do a dual pour. I'm not good enough at it. We'll give it a little roll here, and then we'll crack it open and throw it into each glass and go from there. And then at the end, we're going to do a cuvee. Definitely got to do a cuvee at the end. It's a... You know, you have to. Anyway, let's give it a proper pour here. Oh yeah, it's pouring out beautifully. Looking like, you know, your typical New England style IPA. We'll go like that. And we'll leave it over here. We'll throw it over. Now, on here it says, tasting notes, fresh citrus, light grass, and ripe tangerine. So, seems like they're going heavy with the citrus here. Throw that over there. And then we'll give this one a quick roll and then pour it. Throw this over here out of the way so I can pour properly. Relaxin', all cool. Ooh, this one seems noticeably lighter, but could just be me. I don't know. We'll have to see here. I think I poured a little bit more into this one. Didn't generate such a huge head. But nah, actually, yeah. So this one has, to me, and it's probably on camera, it's going to look very similar. Let me flip them around so you don't see the logos here to see. To me, the one to your left and to my right in the treehouse glass, it's more vibrant, more dull and hazy, while this one is more vibrant, like sunshine kind of color, but not as hazy. But they have similar colors. It's just, this one just seems a little bit more turbid and murky and hazy. But yeah, they both have, I guess I could generate a head over here. Let's see. Yeah, they both have similar colored heads, like off-white, pretty creamy looking. But yeah, my preference color-wise really doesn't matter, but this one by a smidge. Anyway, let's get a nose on the Chillin' Out Maxin. Turn around so you can see the logo. That doesn't matter now. Oh, wow. So that grass they're talking about, for sure. It's kind of like the aroma you get after you just cut the grass, like that freshly cut grass. But tons of citrus. They said fresh citrus, ripe tangerine. Yeah, tangerine, tangelo. I'm getting huge tangelo vibes this one. Super juicy kind of citrus note to this. Like a sweet pineapple too. Under-ripened mango. I mean, they hit the nail on the head when it comes to the tasting notes. And it's just the aroma. It's definitely grassy. Fresh cut grass, real big citrus, juicy citrus, like I said, tangelo, tangerine, but then a little bit of tropical, a little bit of like sweet pineapple and under-ripened mango. Yeah, that smells fucking killer. That smells like a dynamite beer. Let's see what we got going on with the Relaxin All Cool. Yeah, quite different. I didn't read the tasting notes on this. Ripe peach, faint herbal, and floral lemon lime. Wow, that's quite a bit different than that one. And it is in the nose. Definitely peach, apricot. There's a big stone fruit presence, but it's not overly sweet. It's like closer to the core, like the pit of a peach. They say floral, lemon, lime. I'm getting citrus, but it's nondescript for the most part. I'm getting like a hop spiciness of this one. Like a spicy, like mango. Like a spicy mango skin. Shout out to DJ over at DJ's BrewTube. He uses that quite a bit. That tasting note, and I'm kind of getting the aroma here. This one seems a little bit more subdued. This seems way brighter and like punching you in the face. Oh yeah, just the difference, the contrast. This is more subdued. This is more vibrant. This, I'll tell you right now, for my personal preference on the nose, this by a mile. Don't know what it is about it. It pops more. It's in my face. And that's the first one we're going to get into. So cheers, everybody, and thanks again to Hop Butcher. That's nice. Ooh. Slight pop of bitterness on the back end. And I wasn't necessarily expecting that just because the nose was more just really fresh, juicy citrus, but I shouldn't be surprised. Super easy to drink. Body on this one, lighter side of, say lighter side of medium, like lower, we'll say lower side of medium. I don't know why I said lighter side. Lower side of medium. Not really approaching medium, lower side of medium though. The mouthfeel, it's soft, it's smooth. It's not super creamy or anything, but here's the one thing I will say about the Hop Butcher, like 6.5% beers, or the beers that are like, they're non-double IPA, like sub 7.5. The mouthfeels aren't as glorious and luscious as the double IPA versions or the triple IPA. They're still good though for the ABV. It just doesn't wow me as much, but this one's pretty nice for a 6.5% IPA. The taste though, right from that cut grass kind of hits me right on the tip of the tongue. It's freshly cut grass. Like I said, you just got done cutting your grass. That's just the aroma kind of carrying over the taste. Then after that, there's a lot of juicy citrus. I'm going to say Tangelo and Tangerine. Keep it like it was in the aroma. Mid palate though, it's more of like a citrus zest and kind of like a bittering like pith from the citrus fruit itself. That sweet pineapple and underripened mango don't really carry over from the aroma. This is more about the grass and the citrus. So what they're saying on the back of the can and the tasting notes, pretty much hitting home. I think the bitterness from that, like the pith and the peel of the citrus fruits, even though there is no actual fruits in here, but that just like, it's reminiscent of it. That carries on to the back of the palate. This hits me with a moderate bitterness, mild to moderate bitterness. It's semi-dry. This one does not finish too sweet. It has enough of a balance from the dryness, from the bittering aspect to kind of balance it out. And as you can see, I am crushing this one. So I'm really digging this one quite a bit. It's not overly complex or anything, but what's there is super drinkable, and that's like a crusher of an IPA. So rating on the Chillin' Out Maxin, I'm going to go high 4 out of 5. We'll go 4.05 out of 5. I think it deserves it. Like I said, nothing that's blowing me away, but like as far as like taste goes, yeah, it's simple but tasty and real easy to drink. So now we're going to go into the Relaxin All Cool and see what we got going on. So cheers, everybody, and thanks again to Hop Butcher. Ooh, these are two completely different beers, which is cool. And I thought maybe they would slightly change up. I saw Motueka in both of them. Like, all right, they have Motueka, and then they're just changed up the hop. Maybe it'll be similar. Not really. It's weird because the aroma, I much prefer this one. I think I prefer the taste of this one. Body of this one might be a little bit bigger than this, just slightly in my mind. They're probably the same base and everything should be very similar, but I'm going to say this is more closer to medium. This was lower side. This is just straight medium. The mouth feels very similar, soft, smooth, not necessarily creamy, but pretty good for 6.5% IPA. But the taste, it has that peach, but it's not closer to the pit in the taste. It's more of a sweet peach kind of flavor. That hits me right at the forefront. Peach, apricot. As it passes through, there's this nice herbaceousness that kind of hits. And it's not super dank. It just has a nice herbal component. And it's mixing in with that peach and that mango, and really just, it's quite unique, honestly. And, you know, I've drank and reviewed so many IPAs, and there's a uniqueness to this. There's this underlying citrus tone. They said floral lemon lime. I'm really not picking up on lemon lime, but that floral can be mixing in with that herbaceousness. And I'm just getting like this nice, like orange kind of character, just generic citrus that's kind of underlying but omnipresent. To my palate, this actually finishes less bitter than this. I would say this is, like I said, mild to moderate. This is straight up mild bitterness. So this is less bitter than this. And I think I just like the peach and apricot with that like underlying citrus fruit and then like dank herbaceousness. It finishes sweeter, a little bit sweeter as well. Not as much dryness and bitterness. So I appreciate this one. I appreciate this one from the fact that this isn't like, could be like an everyday crusher. I think this has more complexity to it. I don't know. I said I like this one more. I like the flavors of this one more, but I think this one's more drink. I don't know. I prefer this one slightly. I think I'd rather have a little bit more bitterness in this though. If this had the same bitterness, you transition the bitterness from here to there. I think this, for me, would be into the 4.25 range. As is, I'm going to have to give Relaxin All Cool also a high 4 out of 5, but I'm going to go 4.1 out of 5. This slightly beats, so Relaxin All Cool slightly beats out Chillin, out Maxin by 0.05. They're both really enjoyable though. Basically, the way I look at it is if I wanted a simple crusher, maybe you just got done cutting the grass and you just want to take something to the head that is low ABV but has some good flavor and has enough bitterness, very balanced, this one. If I wanted something with a little bit more complexity, but not even complexity, just more rich flavor and more in like the tropical fruit realm, a little bit dank and herbaceous, I would go with this. It's something that is not as bitter. Neither of these are super bitter, but I think the Chill Out Maxin is a bit more bitter than this one. Yeah, just a little bit. What do we have left here? Precisely the same amount. So, Covey time. Is that the Covey? It is the Covey. So, what we're going to do is pour this into here and see what we got going on. So, here we go. Yeah, we're doing it. What are we doing? I have no idea. Let's give this a little bit of a swirl here and get into it. Let's get a nose. So, I'm getting the peach and the apricot from the Relaxin All Cool. But now I'm getting a little bit of that Tangelo. This is like a fruit bowl now in the nose. The fresh cut grass, the dank herbaceousness, not really seen in this one in the nose. It's a mix of citrus and tropical fruit. I think the nose on this one is just as good as the Chill Out Max, and maybe even better. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. I don't hate it. It's interesting. So what has happened for me is it's kind of brought citrus and tropical fruit kind of characters to the forefront, and it's kind of dialed back that grassy herbaceousness. It's kind of like this beer, but with more bitterness. It's like you took the citrus from here, threw it over here, cut down the bitterness a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I prefer this over either of the beers by themselves. But it's not bad. I think I would give this a straight 4 out of 5. I think I'd prefer these on their own, but it's not a bad Covey at all. Body and mouthfeel are similar to both of the beers, which makes sense because it's just a combination of beers that have similar bodies and mouthfeels. Yeah, so I'm going to go 4 out of 5. So, Chillin' Out Maxin, 4.05 out of 5. Relaxin' All Cool, 4.1 out of 5. And the Cuvée, 4 out of 5. I think they're honestly both pretty fucking good beers. And again, they get brownie points for the theme to these beers. So really cool stuff. I really enjoyed it. Price and availability, wherever you see Hop Butcher. They pretty much are in the Chicagoland, though they get drips and drabs now out to Michigan, I've seen. I don't know if they're anywhere else, but I know they do get some stuff out to Michigan. Outside of that, pretty much you got to live in and around Chicago to grab it. Price point on these, I want to say these are probably $14.99 a 4-pack, or were. I don't think they're $12.99. I think they're $14.99. Still a good price for a single IPA. You're talking less than $4 a can, which in this market, you know, if I go to my favorite, you know, New York State brewery or one of my favorite New York State breweries in other half, typically for an IPA, I'm paying at least $18. So they are cheaper by at least $3, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. It was really cool to do the side-by-side. My preference slightly to Relax and All Cool, but I think they're both cool beers. I think they're fun beers. And I think they're different enough where it's like, okay, they're doing a theme here. They're releasing them kind of at the same time. And, you know, they're kind of supposed to be together, but they're different enough where you can tell. And that's the beauty of both of these beers. And they're fucking really, really tasty. So yeah, if you've had this one before, either one, that is, if you've had either one of these before, let me know what you think about it. And I appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Thanks again to Hot Butcher for hooking me up with all of these, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Oh yeah, I didn't even think I mentioned the alcohol in any of these. Yeah, it's 6.5%. You can't fucking tell. It's crazy. This day and age, 6.5% IPA, I can't fucking tell. Blows my mind. Anyway, cheers.